Once, not upon a time, but upon the beat of dragon wings, two kingdoms on the brink of war, two lives caught in the balance, treachery in the shadows beneath the wings. Dragonfire. The story began as many do with a princess and a prince, both trained to lead, to fight, to defend their kingdoms. Nulla, princess of Ahmir, Riftian, prince of Rem, their countries friendly, once upon a time, until the king of Delm, fomenting distrust, seeding hatred, assassinates the king of Ahmir under the guise of an agent of Rem. Princess Nulla, blinded by rage and grief, becomes a pawn of Delm's treachery. Seeking revenge for her father's death, she prepares an army for battle. The beat of dragon wings closer. Ahmir and Rem, lambs led to the slaughter. Prince Riftian suspects not all is what it seems, but his hand is forced by Nulla's rage. His army stands behind him as a liege of Ahmir stretches out before them. Sometimes you can feel the trap closing around you. Steel meets steel. Magic arcs across the battlefield like two waves crashing into each other. The armies converge. The princess only has one target, the man who ordered her father's death. She will bathe her blade in his blood, if she can reach him. Riftian's ears is filled with the cries of exertion and pain around him, and yet he only has eyes for the princess. She believes him responsible for her father's death. She holds his mother captive, and yet he will not bring the fight to her. A flick of his finger and a magic shield raises around him. He plants his feet on the earth and braces himself. A brilliant flash of light, and the princess is there, her enchanted blade cutting through the air, seeking, striking, blazes off of the prince's arcanate shield. Greater than the sword in her hand, or the magic she wields, is the rage in her eyes. Riftian knows his shield, and his sword can only protect him for so long. Deflecting another blow from the princess's reckless attack, Riftian seizes this moment. Dodging the next swing of her sword, he pushes off a nearby boulder, twisting his body in the air and landing behind the princess, bringing his sword to bear against hers. Now he has the upper hand. Nulla and Riftian are in the center of the storm, back and forth, power advantage shifting one to another. Riftian's calculating coolness versus Nulla in passionate fury, their armies fully engaged around them. Not a single eye to see the terror bearing down upon them, the doom of both kingdoms gliding on silent wings. Nulla renews her attack with a yell of rage, desperation lending her strength to defeat her foes. Riftian stumbles under her advance. Falling to the ground, his concentration falters. His shield vanishes, his sword arm raising at the last second to keep the princess's sword from his throat. He can see it in her eyes. There is no reaching her. There is only this moment. Swords locked and his life in her hands. Like a long pause between one breath and the next. Steady, inevitable, destined. It catches his eye at the last moment. The dragon flying out of the sun. With a curse, he drops his sword and embraces Nulla. Pulling the princess to him, he feels her blade piercing his shoulder. Grimacing through the pain, he whispers the words to reactivate his shield. The flare of arcanic magic surrounds them seconds before the dragon fire erupts around them. Chaos, turmoil, the stench of sulfur, and the shearing heat of flames. Now both armies are embedded. The terror of dragonfire scorching the fury of Ahmir and Rem. No longer bent upon each other's destruction, there is chaos as terror reigns from the sky. Now lays a blackened, smoking hole in the center of the battlefield where the prince and princess once dueled. The king of Delm's victory is at hand. Death and destruction, blood and tears. But King of Delm's smile doesn't last long. Rising out of the smoke, two figures. A sword blade flashes through the magical arc of a shield that is around them. Delm yanks hard on the reins of the dragon, sending the creature straight to his targets. Another magic strikes out. Riftian's blade flashes, licking the skin of the dragon, drawing blood, as both Nulla and Riftian jump out of the way of the enraged creature. In the shadow of the dragon, Delm, alighting from the beast's back, the earth seeming to shake as his feet hit the ground. Now, the true enemy is revealed. Glancing at each other, the prince and princess move as one distracting and the other striking. A swirling dravish of sharpening steel and electric lightning, seeking to hit against their powerful foe. Delm stumbles. As his fear is being realized, he is no match for Nulla and Riftian. They advance their attack, beating, humbling, slicing, striking. Down on one knee he falls with a yell of rage and then abrupt silence as Nulla blades cleaves his head off his body. A hush sweeps across the battlefield, the beat of dragon wings fading in the distance. The prince and princess, bruised, bloodied, drained. Victory, but at what price? Friends, enemy, or more?